Hello everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. My iPad went kaput, so I can't show you the cards today. I was able to get one picture which I can put on the tag, so you can take a picture of the tag for the main cards of the read, but otherwise you're just gonna have to put up with my face just for today. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to use this. I am getting a new one. I don't know what went wrong with it. It should have plenty of room on it, but it's saying it doesn't have any room. So I guess I just beat it up too much. Alright, so this is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames. And I'm just going to go through it for you. The day today is May 22nd, 2020. The 22 is the Fool, taking that leap of faith with an open heart. The day adds up to 31-4, which is the Five of Wands. So that expansion energy, conflict, games, competition, fighting, all of that energy comes up under the 31-4. But it's also a 4, and so is the 22, so very much stability and structure today, as well as the lower levels of manifestation, or in other words, survival. Alright, so we have the SIRIAN Starseed deck. This is a 7-deck read. So the read you'll see on the tag is the SIRIAN Starseed deck. But there are 7 decks. So the other decks are the mini Rider WAITE, the Romance Angels, the Numerology deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Universal Golden Tarot, and the Gilded Tarot that I clarify with. So this is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flame, so it's going to affect the Divine Masculine within the Feminine as well. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then don't force it to fit. Alright, there's a lot of energy here, a lot of messages. So some of the messages may apply to you, and some may be very individual for specific people. So keep that in mind. Alright, so the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 1024, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. And there's definitely some frustration coming up today. Yeah, interesting. I was getting a connect when I put down the clarification cards for the 7 of Wands, which is in the position for the blocks the masculine needs to clear. I was clarifying with the Tower reversed, the Death card upright, and the Page of Pentacles upright, and I was getting a major connection at that point. So someone may have passed, but that doesn't have to be. The read was finished at 11:21, which is Justice in the World. And justice is always just about truth and balance, in the world about completion and going out into the world and connecting with others. The major arcana for this read were Luna, which is the Moon, Transition, which is the Death card, Chariot, and then before the read, because I always pull a few cards on either end of the read depending on what I'm guided to do. So we had before the read the Star card and Alchemy. Alchemy is like the Temperance card. And then within the read we had Luna, the Moon, Transition, Death, and Chariot. After the read we had Ascension, Guidance, and the Wheel, which is the World, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. We had 3 Pentacles, 2 Wands, 1 Cup, and 2 Swords. The Court cards were the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, as well as the King of Wands. We also had the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Swords in the read, and that's the they can very much represent people. And then before the read we had the Page of Wands. The numbers in the code line were all about following your dreams, but the Y was covered in yours, so it was about following our dreams. And the numbers were double 8s and double 9s, so 88, the dance between the masculine and feminine, both balanced and dancing within their own masculine and feminine first, and then standing by side. And the 2 8s for me represent the infinity side, the infinity symbol as it goes on its side. The 99, very much about compassion to the nth degree. The number 4, which is the Emperor, and the code line with follow your dreams on it, or follow our dreams, was about the number 9, which is the collective consciousness, endings, letting go. In the numerology cycle, 9 is a frustrating year because it's about letting go of all those things that no longer serve you. So you can't go forward. It's just a time to let go of things. So there's a lot of frustration that comes up under that energy. So there's a lot of acronyms here in my code line today. So it was very interesting the way the message came up. Okay, so the message, and the acronyms all had a lot of meanings. We had CHA, I'll tell you the acronyms. We had CHA, which is like T, C-H-A, but it also means no, not beaver. I, me, your father, or you, my father. You, father, as in Catholicism, and then a father, a dude. Also the dance, the cha-cha. To dawn, to rise, to fear, and be afraid, which is interesting they come under the same definition, because to fear and be afraid then requires you to then dawn and rise out of the fear. Who, whom, that, the number 6, which came up under another acronym as well, crying, weeping, to come, and then the Korean foot measurement, which is about 30.3 centimeters. And then ADE came up, CHA for cha, and ADE, which is a drink with fruit, or a fizzy type drink. The number 6 comes up again, 2 different acronyms, totally different, came up number 6. Farewell, adieu, water, weed, chin, and father. So 2 acronyms that came up with both the number 6 and both father. It was very interesting here. Then STER, which is a star. It also is sense and meaning. Helm, rudder, yoke, control surface, like in an aircraft. Management in a figurative sense. And then luminous phenomenon, like astronomical or having to do with meteorological, celebrity and stars as well. Leader, controller, correction, steering mechanism, a steer or young bull, rudder, tiller, steering, that kind of energy here. Is also equals, the steer is wood, solid wood, in measurement of volume in regarding wood. So equal to a cubic meter. So there's a measurement there. And then we had TR, which also equals foot. So the ADE, no, the CHA. The CHA is a Korean foot, and then we have foot again here under TR, which TR also means to respect or be respectful, to worship, to hail. Really? Season, a time, trill, and the abbreviation for transitive or translator. And then just the letter E was also coming up. Specifically, the lowercase e was coming up here. The rounded E, like the epsilon, or rather the rounded E, when romanized, became the lowercase e. So, and that has a lot of definitions in it too. Lowercase e also means water and fire. It also means always, and it comes up as the symbol of the number 7, which was really cool. That 7 meaning ET, or in other words, and. That's funny, it's ET, I wasn't even thinking that. But ET in French as and. But the symbol for that's like the number 7 in all the different 7 ways with the line through it and everything. So it was pretty cool the way that came up. So the message here is always seeing the Father working. There's so many definitions, I rewrote it. So let me just go through that. Okay. And today is the new moon, by the way. On the East Coast, it was at 1:38 today. So electric, water, and fire, and that number 7, aka the East, 5 to 10, which is the second half, and 24, because those are the positions the lowercase e came up. 5th through 10th as far as alphabets in all the different languages, and plus in one language it came up as the 24th letter, which is the end of the Greek alphabet, or the end of karma as it's come up for me before. So the second half and the end of the karma, the overtime, and ET, the and, the space between, the inclusiveness of fire and water, both sides, all right, both sides of the polarity coming to the middle, both the music and the note, and all, and Spirit's connecting with me, see the Father working hard, the 6-foot base, blending his water with herbs and spices, crying, fearing, and then rising at dawn at 6 a.m. to drink the water, to say farewell at 6, like a father often does when they leave the house, to weed, to keep his chin up, to be the father, the star, at the helm, the control, the leader, for sense and meaning, to make sense of it all, the yoke, directing to make corrections, naturally, based on measure of the young bull, what he grew up on, according to the wood volume, aroused desire and passion of crystals or money, manifestations of the dreams, and to hermit, to pray, to meditate and end, let go of what no longer serves before the next season, out of respect for the foot or the moving base of the family, and keeping a high vibration all at the same time, to follow our dreams as the family unit, as opposed to just the one person or the other person, to follow our dreams, taking the why, me, out of the equation, always trying to take everyone in the family into consideration. So this was about giving props to the father and how he is the foot, he's the movement, the masculine, the aggression that takes the family where it needs to go, and all of the things that you take for granted in regards to what your father actually does to you and in regards to the divine masculine. So we start here on Luna as the underlying energy. It was reversed at 12:53, and 12:53 is the Hangman and the Knight of Swords rushing in, and that can represent too Jesus hanging on the cross with the Knight of Swords, you know, the soldiers and those who are hanging him, and also the people attacking him just with their words. So underneath the moon was the Star reversed, the Two of Swords upright, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Alchemy card upright, and the Page of Wands reversed. So the new moon, which is today, but it also can represent being up before dawn and also deception for me. And I started this just before the new moon because the new moon was at 1:38. So after depression and loss of hope, knowing and releasing in order to be patient, a higher love, one step at a time when you're dealing with frustration, lack of inspiration, which is disconnect and not understanding, not wanting to understand each other, right? So when you're talking to anyone, your kids, you know, think about that, how many times your kids frustrate you and they're just talking out at you when you're busy doing something else, or vice versa, when they're doing something else and you want them to hear you. We go into disconnect when we get frustrated because we're not understanding, we're not wanting to understand each other. We're pulling away, not listening, walking away, wanting it our way, right? So you don't have to agree, but just listen fully. Attempt to understand, be clear and concise in what you're conveying for those, especially those with a short attention span. Surrender to allow another or self to rush in passionately after feeling sad or guilty. The Queen of Pentacles holding on loosely, saving, grounding, and being practical while the world is upside down. The Queen of Pentacles surrenders and saves money, time, and energy, while the Knight of Wands saves themselves, but then at the same time also saves her. The world grieves without end in sight, and then end in situ came up, and that has to do with situated in the original place, so people feeling like it should go back to the way it was. But what is the original place? It's not the way it was. That's not the way it was ever meant to be. So both people, both energies, the feminine and the masculine, surrender, and both save, both grieve the collective consciousness when in disarray. Judgment, decision, announcement, and wake-up call to the Empress reversed, perhaps lying to self or to the Knight of Swords reversed, or the Queen of Wands reversed, or in a split, divide, or needing clarity to put or to cut through the BS, all the crap that's been going on, to get clarity in the situation, perhaps holding their tongue, but it more likely was coming out here as lashing out at the Queen of Wands reversed, all exposed between the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Cups reversed. So it could be the Empress lashing out, or the Knight of Swords if that's a person and not just an action. So that's the Empress reversed lashing out towards the Knight of Swords reversed, who's right next to the Queen of Wands reversed, so he could be lashing out at her, and then she's above the Sun, which is just above the King of Cups reversed. They're all reversed. So this chain reaction of frustration, right? One person yelling at the next, and the next, and the next. But also everything coming up as being exposed between the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Cups reversed. Perhaps she getting yelled at or lied at, and then taking that lie or that information directly to the King of Cups reversed, exposing all between them. The Queen of Wands reversed coming up as the bad temper, and the King of Cups coming up as the emotionally unavailable. The Empress reversed, the mother load, an ill parent, or their last will and testament. So definitely there could be somebody passing away or who has passed recently. Which was very interesting because the movie I watched last night was all about someone who just passed. And the dynamic between the children in that movie, what was that movie called? It was called I Will Follow on Netflix. But it was all about someone who just passed away, and the dynamic between the daughter of the woman who passed away, who actually had fame in her life, and the niece, who actually was closer to the mother than the daughter. So obviously there was some tension between them, and spirits connecting with me. So that dynamic may be coming up for some of you guys out there. So last will and testament was definitely coming up here. Or a mother reversed lies and or yells at the Knight of Swords reversed, who then yells at the Queen of Wands reversed, who then throws a tantrum or gets mad and exposes all, or shows her true colors, her true nature, to the King of Cups reversed, which could be her father or anybody else, who then detaches emotionally and or manipulates and then leaves for a drink so they can be alone because they can't handle it. And then I was getting a child holding everybody up. That child was literally supporting the adults, because the adults were acting like the children here. At 122 is the Magician and the 22 of the Fool. Out of the mouths of babes, Leo or Sunshine or Child Star supporting their parent. And this can represent the Divine Masculine as a child, supporting his parents and his brothers and siblings, that kind of energy, or his father and brother and sister. It depends on the generation, but it can represent a small child or an adult child. So out of the mouths of babes, Leo or Sunshine or Child Star, so somebody might have a store, supporting their parent, and the black cat as well. So anyone with animals supporting their pets. I'm not just supporting you, I have to support everything about you. Perhaps the Divine Masculine supporting his partner and her father, or his father and sister, or his father and new wife. And then the Empress reversed judging them about it, or in a war with them, if that's the ex-wife. And then this can be a grandparent as well. And the Divine Masculine siding with the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Cups reversed, who may be taking advantage of him. All exposed between the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Empress reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. They seem to be like two different sides. So perhaps in a split, in a breakup, the lovers reversed are out being seen, this breakup or exposure of lack of love, recovering from exile, destitution, injury, or illness, or lack of affection. The Sovereign upright, who has everything they need except for the one to share with, is manifesting big time, or siding with the Magician, manifesting big. So the Sovereign and the Magician are two separate people. Perhaps parents had a fallout with their kids, employees, or customers, and now letting them back in or taking sides with two of the people. The Sovereign bird and the Magician DNA working as one to recover, one with the funds, the other with the tools of the trade. And this very much can represent the masculine and the feminine coming together, even if they're not physically together, working in union. Okay, so rescuing each other, all of that, all at the same time. This could be the one comes up, and beneath that was reconciliation. So the Magician is hangry, ready for a meal. So there could be two different Magician energies here, because this one's a very kind of a meaner Magician, but he is upright. The Magician is hangry for a meal, and we talked about praying before a meal, or going to the bathroom before a meal, or making love to your partner before a meal, any kind of connection, prayer before you eat. And so here we're seeing the Magician really hungry, ready to cut his steak. And separate from that, a narcissistic old Hierophant energy, could be a Taurus person as well, with two ladies, responds, "You're on," like it's two pissed off men, one much older than the other, and his cold stare in return. So it's like the father figure looking at the son saying, "You're on." Or this could be a much older brother or an uncle, that kind of energy. Both are buff and ready to rumble. New passion to burn the past, two at war in the same house, or twin war within, but at a physical distance. The King of Swords is reversed, with two women being offered new passion, the man, or being offered a project by Libra or judge, or the justice system, or a judge offering him growth or giving it to him good, like he's in the settlement in the case, really giving it to him, or Libra willing to give another chance to the King of Swords reversed if he reduces 2 to 1, and that could be reducing a sentence as well, as I'm just getting now, offering new growth, passion or project, or perhaps offering to seed someone who can't conceive themselves, so offering their sperm, or a determination as to who the father is, was definitely coming up in this read today. And now we're in the new moon at this point in the read. So Virgo or Gemini versus Taurus or Libra, or the two betting on what the King of Swords reversed will do, and he's coming up here as a Gemini. It can be Libra too as well. It can be all three air signs came up in the read significantly. So there could be sibling rivalry, or gambling addictions, or thrill-seeking addictions here. 48 comes up as financial discipline, the need for it here for the masculine. Your advice is to walk away and be financially disciplined, because 48 is the 8 of Cups. It's the walking away within. So any of you masculines are going out gambling, the advice right here is to walk away. Like, know when you need to stop, what your limit is. And beneath financial discipline was love and 6. That love is what feeds your financial discipline. You know, what's best for the family, the father of the family. So suffering in silence in the never-ending story, or air versus Scorpio. And what could that be? That could be Gemini, that air sign. Air versus Scorpio, or Gemini versus Scorpio, and the Emperor being patient, or Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius are all involved here. The Emperor upright, and I'm losing my voice, and the Angel upright versus Scorpio reversed and Gemini reversed, or air sign, or separating the wheat from the chaff. Lovers reversed, perhaps break up. Now the Emperor reversed, the Emperor is upright, or is an Aries upright, and the Angel upright can also be a Sagittarius upright versus that Scorpio and Gemini, which are both reversed, in separating the wheat from the chaff. The Lovers reversed in a breakup, or just have no love lost between them here at home, a lack of affection, and perhaps though drinking together anyway, even if they don't like each other, or all happy in their own separate corners, getting their wish alone. Or the Emperor patiently waited for Scorpio Gemini to leave so he could enjoy the house to himself. So he's all of a sudden really happy. Somebody could also be watching a game. I was getting dolphins versus bunnies in the weeds. And of course the bunnies win hands down. So that could be just playing in a game in the yard as well. But it can represent, I don't know what teams are actually playing right now, because obviously it's not the football season, but dolphins versus bunnies in the weeds, and bunnies win hands down. Perhaps somebody was betting on a game and won at 157. And this can then be at the racetrack as well. I don't know if they're actually open right now, but there's something about betting here. So 157 is the Magician and the 57, which is the 3 of Swords. So some kind of separation there with the Magician. So at 158 then, the Magician and the 4 of Swords, someone dumped the lover but kept the home. So somebody's very happy about that. With Dragonfly victory, the Dragonfly was definitely important right there for some reason, so it might be significant to that person. And the 9th cup celebration or win. So there could be some kind of cup, like whatever. It could be a golf game or a tennis game, whatever it is. So at 2 o'clock, which is the High Priestess with a lot of source behind it, getting their wish, satisfaction at the new moon or in a deception or up before dawn, with the King of Cups reversed, the Magician upright, and the King of Swords reversed. So it's definitely coming up like guys getting together, whether it's siblings or just family members. There's definitely rivalry here. It's like the family were all raised in like major competition with each other constantly. Like this came up before a long time ago, where the father literally pinned the kids against each other in competition all their lives. And so there's a lot of sibling rivalry, but probably a lot of harsh feelings involved with that as well. So perhaps Scorpio reversed. I have the King of Cups reversed, the Magician upright. He's the only one that's upright, which can be Virgo or Gemini energy, but I was getting more the King of Swords reversed was Gemini energy. Perhaps Scorpio reversed or Cancer reversed is the King of Cups reversed, and he comes up a lot with Leo in his chart as well. Or the Queen of Wands reversed is a Leo, or it's just ego coming up, or Taurus and Aquarius. Versus the Magician, Virgo, with the sovereign person, or they are sovereign, and then the King of Swords reversed Gemini, stuck with the old man, or Taurus. So it's like the sides, the three groups. And they can be three families, like if you have three brothers, okay? So the Hierophant and the King of Swords reversed was coming up as the Cheaters Club, or the All Boys Club. And then the financial discipline, that they need financial discipline. Perhaps they think they can do whatever they want. Walking away is the Divine Masculine's advice here. In the recent past is the Eight of Pentacles upright, working to align with synchronicities, options, shopping, or betting choices, an unhappy family, or ending an emotional cycle of unhappiness post-war, or in a losing battle or in losing the war, PTSD and looting going on, and apologies called for. The worst of pain over and a depression in an awakening, and offering love to one who ignores or dismisses, is bored or apathetic, feeling sorry for themselves, or grounding and integrating, while the same old offers come in from an Aquarius with a big ego, or depressed Capricorn or Pisces, or offering love to self and grounding and integrating the awakening with the world upside down and the 5D Divine Feminine. Justice, Divorce, Libra, or Judge, talking to the Page of Cups reversed, and Emperor upright here. Now again, this Page of Cups can be a kid who got in trouble, but it also can be the Divine Masculine as a kid, or someone his age who's acting like a kid, like a sibling type thing. So the Page of Cups is showing up here with the Emperor upright. An Emperor acting like a spoiled, entitled child as well could be here, or the Page of Cups reversed, a child feeling rejected, vulnerable, or a baby crying in a court decision about who is the child's father, or awakened to the need for closure. A Judge or Libra may be vulnerable when they're around this Aries or Emperor person, purging or overwhelmed and or depressed. The Emperor or Aries is the one. If there's a decision they're trying to figure out, like who's the father, I was getting the Emperor's the one. Both the men depressed at this point, or with Aquarius female depressed, and child now that is the subject of this case with PTSD, so very disturbed by having gone through this whole situation. This also could be a child born of someone who's an alcoholic, so the what is it, alcohol, the fetal syndrome, whatever it is, for alcohol. So there could be a child, a baby, who literally has PTSD because they had an alcoholic parent or a drug parent, whatever it is. But that's coming up here. So Capricorn reversed, Pisces reversed, Libra reversed, Libra upright and Aries upright, and Aquarius, there could be two Aquarians here, times two, but both reversed, involved in this whole situation. The foundation is the King of Wands upright, dealing with the King of Cups reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Page of Cups reversed. This is like one family, the King, Knight, and Page of Cups. They're all the same, 3 generations of problems here. So they could all now have alcohol or fetal syndrome, alcohol fetal syndrome issues. So the grandfather may not have understood that in his generation. And now it's coming to that close where now all 3 generations have that issue, or all 3 have the same addiction or problem or template they need to break at this point. But it's like leaving for a new life, or this Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is coming in with the payoff. So it's like the youngest or the child is offering a payoff to the Emperor, but coming from the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, are all three reversed. King, Knight, and Page. Leaving for a new life, or willing to pay off the Emperor, who's upright, in order to bow out or just drop it. The King of Cups reversed, spreading the word about the King of Wands, his new path. The King of Wands is coming up having chosen a path, and it seems that the King of Wands is probably the Divine Masculine here, because the King of Wands comes up on his spot as well. Or the Divine Masculine is telling the King of Cups reversed, whether he likes it or not, after the King of Cups lied, cheated, or stole, and or ran away from the Knight of Cups reversed, in a split divide between the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, so they could both be kids of the King of Cups reversed. Or 3 generations of the same issue, lying, cheating, stealing, or running away from responsibilities, and now the Page of Cups reversed is going to change the pattern, offering a new life, or time, money, and energy, to the Emperor to break the pattern. Or somebody might be trying to pay off the Emperor to throw the fight. So again, there's betting coming in here. 227 is the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. So somebody keeping it to themselves about a new passion. The new passion can be a new creative offer, but also another project to put on his plate. The King of Wands is cutting away the negative influences from his life. So the only king, the Emperor's upright, and so is the King of Wands. They could be the same person, or the Emperor could be the Divine Masculine's father or father-in-law or boss, that kind of energy. It could be an uncle too, grandfather, whatever. So 228 is the High Priestess and the 28 of the two of Wands, the twin flames, but it's also that choice of path the Masculine's taking here. So the central energy here is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which, don't forget, you have to see both sides of the energy in all cases. This is what the perspective is for. It's about taking the polarization and neutralizing it, right? So we have the challenge being, the center is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the challenge being the King of Pentacles reversed. And these two have been coming up together for 3 days. And I've shuffled the cards like many, many times, but they're sticking together. For the past, this is probably the 3rd day that I'm getting the Knight and King of Pentacles together and both reversed. I think they might have been upright the 1st day, but they haven't been since. So, for me, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the first thing comes up for me is stubbornness. There's no movement here. So there could be happy kids or sunshine and fully energetical or energized, or exposing all by taking a break to rest, pray, and or meditate. Perhaps, or the Page of Cups reversed, somebody might need to meditate or take a break on this offer from the Page of Cups reversed to the Emperor to drop the act. So do they take this illegal offer or a moral offer, or just an offer to, like, one son maybe trying to pay off the Emperor to choose him to take over his spot? So any kind of energy in that sense. There's new passion or a passion project and growth being offered to not walk away and stay in the uncomfortable energies. And that's funny because I saw a bug on the table and I wasn't sure if it was I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work very well. A tick. I wasn't sure if it was a tick, so I caught it and I took it outside. But it's funny that tick energy was coming up right at this point. So this is someone who's being offered perhaps a new project to not walk away as the Divine Masculine. So think about this. The Divine Masculine is always doing too much. Having 10 wands on his plate already, is now being offered the 11th wand that will break his back. Does he take it or does he pass? All right, this is the question here. The challenge being the King of Pentacles reversed, free to detox or retire. The Emperor's upright here. So it was coming up as the Emperor, somebody different than the King of Pentacles reversed. It was like the Emperor's retiring, and there's competition between the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups reversed. They're both reversed. And then the Divine Masculine for this position, but I don't think the Divine Masculine really wants it. He's choosing a new path. But the Emperor wants him to take it. He doesn't want the other two to take it. So that's kind of the energy here. And deciding who takes over for him. Scorpio upright, Aries upright, Capricorn reversed. and then the King of Pentacles reversed. So that could be the Capricorn reversed. So patient angel, Cancer and Capricorn, or Sagittarius who's deceptive, or Empress reversed, being patient in a deception at the new moon, defenseless to the energies, attacks, judgments, announcements, and feeling ganged up upon. By Taurus reversed, Aquarius upright, and perhaps Pisces reversed energies. The Queen of Swords reversed is working with the Page of Wands reversed, which can be a child or just that energy of frustration and temper tantrums. And Pi, somebody could be sexually frustrated there, who gets frustrated easily, or the Divine Masculine amidst the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, which can be a wife and kids, that kind of energy, or anyone at work. So these are these uncomfortable energies that he's sitting in as he's trying to work, as well as judgments and announcements, a wake-up call, the rebirth, and the rescue efforts associated with that. The Devil's reversed, the Ten of Cups is reversed, detoxing by yelling and verbal abuse or silent treatment, needing closure and their world upside down, and 5D announcements, and the Evil Empress, maybe being too sweet in a judgment. The Divine Masculine, a losing battle without defense. So literally he may not have defense, he may not be able to afford defense, or just he doesn't have a defense because he's guilty. Or the Empress reversed is judging the game, and so he lost, and there's no surprise in that because he was somebody either threw the game, or somebody paid the Empress, to make the decision not in their favor, right? Someone judging, literally. So that could be a judge as well. Could be paying off a judge. So there's no surprise here in exposing the game. The game was rigged or all exposed with the magician's magic wand or their DNA. And it was raining really hard at this time throughout this whole section here. But it was like spring rain. It was soft but really hard and pouring. So that's interesting because that was coming up as the judgment being too sweet and yet really hard at the same time, right? The opposites polarizing and neutralizing. So the Queen of Cups is reversed, still offering love at the new moon, but being ignored. Perhaps the fourth offer, but the deception is that he never got the two middle offers. Somebody might have intercepted the communications and perhaps pretended to be the Divine Masculine in communication with the feminine or with somebody else. Now is transition through the portal, death and transformation, healing, forgiving the past, and the Hermit shedding light on it, giving him a way out in the aftermath of sudden events, an epiphany or orgasm, a new offer of money, time, and energy, and or donations, or a new life to make him happy on his own, getting his wish. So the Queen of Cups is reversed. Perhaps could be a Scorpio or Pisces reversed here. I can't say it can't be a Cancer because that comes up as a major card as well. So it can really be any of the water signs. But the Queen of Cups is reversed. Manipulating, inequity, debt, a scam, or just imbalance in an unfair distribution or situation of not sharing, dumping, and it's like her dumping the load and her burden, her responsibilities, perhaps dumping emotional load as well, confessing, nearly killing him, or nearly killing someone, or someone did die or transition, perhaps a Scorpio female. Virgo upright, Capricorn reversed, and there's two Scorpio energies, one upright and one reversed. So there could be two Scorpios here as well as Pisces reversed. Refusing to wake up to the Knight of Cups reversed, jealousies, rejection, insincerity, and or moodiness, knowing and pretending not to see the uncomfortable energies in the downturn and the need to walk away. Perhaps a jealous Pisces reversed, Taurus reversed, or Libra reversed. Or in the twist of fate, awakening to judgment of the Ten of Pentacles family, which is upright, which can be a business, a legacy, or a community as well. Could be religious, or secret keepers, so a secret society, or a Viking princess with family with a lot of money, rejecting offers, or withholding game. That can be withholding money, sex, whatever the game is, at 303, which is two empresses. So it could be the evil empress came up in this read, so there could be two empresses. So it could be two older women, one is the evil empress and one is the normal empress, just like a mother or grandmother energy. It can be a wife as well. So in a harsh split, a lie or a divide here, with the King of Swords reversed out of rehab or hospital, or just came out after an arrest, or could have porn or sex issues. No surprise, all is exposed in a breakup or custody court where the Judge or Libra lets the King of Swords have it, getting clubbed, in a sense, knocked in the noggin, or a swift kick in the pants. Or Libra to Gemini may not even, or a Libra or Gemini male not even attempting to make good on his responsibilities or child support here, or Libra beating himself up in a breakup or custody or child support issues, not even trying to dance in the uncomfortable energies to get through it all. All exposed, or big love outshines all. No surprise, the Magician and or Virgo or Gemini manifest big time and have the little magic DNA wand, which is the key, and the Queen of Cups reversed, grounding and integrating how to receive love. So as soon as the Nine of Cups now reversed, it was upright in the underlying energy, but it's not going forward. The Nine of Cups is reversed, which is dissatisfaction, unhappiness, not getting your wish. Holding back feelings, passions, in an energetic exchange, holding that back as well. Delays in communication and travel, or just not telling someone that you're actually finding peace, or found a peaceful place to go and doesn't want anyone else to know. Or they're not telling because they find peace when the kids leave to go back to the other parents, which is true for all parents. They get some peace. But implementing a plan for the King of Pentacles reversed and that Knight of Pentacles reversed, and they came up side by side, two different places in this read, so it's very significant, those two. The King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Can be like father, like son energy. Implementing a plan for the King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed to put money, time, and effort together, to put their efforts in together into a pot, or two negatives multiplied equal a positive. So it's like if we just go for it, right, which is that multiplication factor, maybe the two negatives will then become a positive. And I was getting sirens here when I wrote this stuff down. That was at 3:14 to 15, which is the angel and the devil. The three of the Empress and the angel and the devil. So, and I want you to, I want to clarify the Knight of Pentacles too, because besides being stubborn, the Knight of Pentacles can be someone who's disabled or injured or unable to work or can't work right now, like a lot of people, or it's literally someone who doesn't have to work, or it's just being still on purpose, not moving. So there's positive and negative there. So at this new moon, or deception, however it plays out, there is suffering silence, or perhaps a sister involved. Unhappy alone, the Capricorn reversed, Aries upright, and Scorpio upright here, defenseless to a negative past, or dealing with difficult children, or maybe they were difficult kids when they were young, or the past returning to purge it out, which is overwhelming. And again, this can be siblings dumping all their emotional stuff on him. The King of Pentacles offering passion, sex, or a new project, adding, like I said before, the 11th wand of the 10 wands they were already carrying, but the Knight of Pentacles reversed must resist because they're keeling over in rebirth and full transformation. They just can't take on anymore, and they realize this now. They're being taken advantage of. Perhaps the Emperor is choosing between the King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Pentacles is trying to put the Knight of Pentacles, the younger energy, out of the running. The King of Pentacles reversed may be the Justice or Libra, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed could be the King of Swords reversed. Or after the King of Pentacles reversed pushed that Ace of Wands onto the Knight of Pentacles reversed, now the Judge pushes that same Ace of Wands onto the King of Swords reversed. Like he gets his immediate karma back for doing that to the younger person, now gets done to him by the Judge. While the Page of Cups reversed, who, don't forget the Page of Cups reversed is in that long line of King of Cups reversed, Knight of Cups reversed to Page of Cups reversed, offering a payoff directly to the Emperor, ganged up on the Emperor upright or Aries upright, and then the King of Pentacles reversed, who could be a Capricorn reversed. He sees himself as the Chariot upright, which can be a Cancer, or that can just be the action because it's coming up as other energies as well. But he's seeing himself as the Chariot, moving, driving, or ascending fast on the journey with good news and leading the way. Unhappy and detox, the King of Wands at home with the Queen of Wands reversed on his back. Trust comes up, true love, and children as well as worth waiting for the Divine Masculine. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Nine of Swords, suffering in silence, in deep connection, a losing battle of chronic suffering silence, or a sister. Third party or negative group hanging over this connection, or free to leap and released at last. A partner or partnering up with a negative group or bad influences the masculine may be seeing now frees them, but not him. Staying with partner as a third party situation that can never go away also frees someone else, but not the Divine Masculine. Only the direct connect with the third party alone frees the Divine Masculine from their suffering in silence. So the masculine is getting this now, that there's no way out but that way. So 228 is the High Priestess and that choice and path, or the twin flames, and the central energy being the Knight of Pentacles reversed, challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed. Happy kids or sunshine and fully energy. And did I read that one already? Yeah, I'm sorry, I read that page already. I have to turn the page. Sorry about that. All right, so now we're at 336, which is the Empress and that 10 of Wands, right, that you can't carry anymore. The Divine Masculine coming forward to free the Divine Feminine from her connection through him to his negative influences. So he's realizing that now and coming to free her from that. The block for the masculine is the Seven of Wands reversed, feeling defenseless in the aftermath of sudden events, with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, as the Dark Knight ends things and walks off to start a new business, perhaps on his own, without them, as the Page of Pentacles upright. Third generation pattern broken as he walks off the battlefield, so that his kids won't have to, whatever they've been expected to do all their lives. So again, I'm getting like 3 different families here. We have the King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and Page of Cups, who are all reversed. Then we have the King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Page of Swords is upright. And then the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles upright. All right, so the Knights and the Pentacles, both the King and Knights are reversed, but the child is upright, and they could represent the same person or 2 separate families. And then the masculine, and that can represent, he can, in those comparisons, he could be the page. Like, so this is him and his older brothers, or him and his father and brothers. All right, so then when we get to the Wands energy, then it comes down to him and his children. Him being the King of Wands upright, with the Knight of Wands upright and the Page of Wands reversed, being his generation. So maybe just still having issues with the Page of Wands reversed. Dealing with whatever, PTSD issues, or whatever came through his family line. But now the King of Wands choosing another path. Perhaps Capricorn leading 2 Scorpios into new territory, away from the King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Follow your dreams comes up, but even more so is new beginnings for the masculine, that the worst is over in recovery without an olive branch, or in other words, rescuing yourself. Someone may have passed away or was laid to rest, or a big ending of a generational cycle for the better, which is big here. This is a big reading. Resting, taking a break, praying, meditating, when around uncomfortable energies and around no affection of the people around you. Exposing all and manifesting with the Queen of Cups reversed, who's grounding to regain balance before choosing another or making another decision. At rest, or Empress reversed, past, or Empress reversed is ill, disabled, or yells a lot, finally learns to give it a rest and meditate or pray or keep it to herself when overwhelmed or purging the past. Or kids are upset and overwhelmed and can no longer talk to someone who is passed, like a grandmother, that kind of thing. Or it could be a parent as well. The world is upside down with the Hierophant upright and the Chariot upright, which can be a Taurus and a Cancer coming together at work or to co-create. The 5D connection, or Divine Feminine in another world, and guides, or as guidance, with Dream Family leading the way in a twist of fate and being strong in the end. Taming the inner beast, or in other words, ego death, and letting the ego go. So at the new moon, the King of Wands shaman drives, ascends, 2, suffering in silence or going right through it, or dealing with a sister perhaps. To align with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, their stubbornness, or no movement at all, and challenged by the King of Pentacles, loss of money and or status, or not getting their wish, and defenseless to the drama, energies, death, and or transition, complete transformation and or rebirth. The 5D connection, taking a rest, a break, time out, and the world upside down, with guidance of abundant family, business, legacy, or journey in this downturn or slowdown for everyone in the world. So the new moon or before dawn, working to align with satisfaction, wish, the King of Wands shaman, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, transition, challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed, loss of status and or money, or just someone who's all about money, the Chariot, ascension, or drive, because they're unhappy alone, not getting their true wish, suffering in silence, and defenseless to the 5D connection, a cycle almost over, with the Hierophant or guidance of the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or legacy, and leading the way in a twist of fate and being strong. And that was at 404, which is 2 emperors. So there could be 2 emperors as well as 2 empresses involved here, or just the full transformation of the one type of emperor and empress into the other type. Very interesting there. So the central energy was all about that Knight of Pentacles, no movement, laziness, stubbornness, disabled, unable to work, doesn't have to work, or just being still. And the challenge being like father, like son mentality, and what we were taught when we were young, going through the portal with the Divine Feminine in the 5D, on journey to another world with guides and dream family, good news and positive attention, even when things are slow or in reset. Okay, so that was the read for you guys, and I'm going to pull, it was just 51, perfect. So we ended on the King of Swords, 51. All right, where's my... All right, so I'm going to pull from the energy deck for you guys and see what we have here. And I'm sweating now. Whenever I start sweating a lot, it's because there's a lot of masculine energy here. All right, so let's see here. Let's see what we have. Sorry I couldn't show you the cards. You really just can't see them on this camera. It's great for taking wrinkles away, but not so good at showing cards. All right. All right, so for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let me give you a little bell. I don't have my bowl over here, but I'm going to give you a little bit of this clearing. Take a deep breath, you guys. All right, so for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's clear all negative, dark, and viral energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all is concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is our message here? Patience. Sorry, I have to put up to the lens just so it'll clear it a little bit. So we have patience, which is number 16, which is also the Tower. And that has to do with sudden changes. We also have the number 9 here, the broken heart. Okay. So this can also just represent a split, a divide, right? Which came up in the read. And this other card always reminds me of the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty, and her broken heart. Thinking of all of the people who have come through Ellis Island for the Statue of Liberty, all those who have died in the pursuit of happiness. And there we go. This is the... All right, there's the... And Spirit's connecting with me. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, number 40, which is that Page of Cups energy, and this is the Divine Masculine here. And then I have to show you this because this is really cool. These two have come up as the masculine and feminine before, and here's the masculine and feminine literally with the broken heart between them. Okay? Look at the power of that energy. I mean, it's really cool. And then we have the next card that was coming out was attachment, which my video cut off last night when I was pulling these cards, so you saw this card, but that was it. So this is coming up again, which has to do with letting go of the attachments, letting go of the mask, who's not your true authentic self. It's very black and white, to just be you. All right, so let go of the gray areas and just be you. The underlying energy, that's very interesting, because the separate energy coming out right after that, these three cards, is very different from the energy I just showed you. All right, so this is the detachment, the anxiety, the deception that's going on. And the second chakra over here, which is the sex energy, right, of deception and anxiety. So there we have the numbers of 36, 25, and 18, which is that 10 of Wands, the burden, the 25 of the Knight of Wands, right, rushing in for sex, or being too passionate about trying to get something done, and then the 18 of the Moon, which is the deception, but also the new moon today. But in this card, it's the deception, because there's anxiety here. So when you're wearing a mask, that's deception, and there's automatically going to be anxiety associated with that. And then we have the underlying deck, the underlying energy here is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. And this can also represent somebody graduating. There could be a child graduating from high school or college here. And it's 41. This is about the 7th chakra, so the crown chakra. So always crowning yourself. That you succeeded in this, in the journey. And she's got wings on. This is 41 of the Ace of Cups. And also, I want to show you, this is 40 and 41. So this can be like the Divine Masculine and a daughter who's also angelic, who has graduated. And this also can represent the masculine and the feminine. It just depends on your perspective. And this could be someone, this could be a masculine who's really, really proud of their child who has graduated. But the Ace of Cups, that 41 energy, was reversed in the read. So was the Page. These were both reversed. It may be disappointing because they couldn't actually have a graduation, or they need to follow through with dropping their masks in order to come out into the full glory of this energy here. Very interesting there. So you see the division of the negative, the deceptive energy and the angelic energy, and how different it is. So this is what will come out with the initial cards. The underlying energy with this is the graduation of the twins, literally. Okay. Sorry, the view isn't very good. All right, so I'm going to pull a card from the KIPPER deck too, just to give you a different perspective, because the energy from that deck is very different. So from the KIPPER deck, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? All right, we have the toil and labor came up reversed, so no more hard labor. All right, this is letting go of that. But someone may have been sick, so again, someone may be very sick or be passing away. And then the community is helping out, though. Okay, with a child, perhaps. So these are the three energies together here. And the energy at the bottom is that deception energy here. So we have the underlying energy, the false person, and the number 8 of being strong. And then no more toiling and laboring, because now somebody's in ill health. And perhaps the child is bringing the grandparents in to visit, that kind of stuff. So that could be going on for somebody. Okay. All right, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Sorry about the image again. So make sure you drink your water and get your rest, your joy in your nature. And Remember to be authentic to yourself even when you're struggling and you're feeling frustrated. You know, you might need to go into your room and punch a pillow or go outside and scream, but don't take it out on somebody else. That's the main key here. Not to be artificial, but just be authentically you and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.